Welcome back, Super Studs. This is Meant to Achieve, the place where athletes come to think straight and get focused so they can achieve their goals. My name is Griff Joyce, and I do all the talking around here. And today we're talking about the ability to learn and change as one of the things that can make you attractive to a coach to take you on a team or make you more involved in the starting lineup. We're talking about number 5 in the series of what makes them so great. We want you to be the person the coach loves, and one of the things you can do to be loved by your coach is to learn quickly. Think about a coach's life. Their whole job is to take a bunch of kids and make them better at stuff. So the definition of what they're trying to do is make you better. Who better to make them feel good about themselves on that process, journey, and adventure than someone that learns quickly? So if you want to impress a coach, if you want to be on a team, why don't you go out of your way to listen to what they say, try what they have, said to do and do it, and learn quickly, and they can go, oh, this kid seems to get it. Even if they're teaching totally wrong things, they'll still love you and take you on the team, and you can be involved. Or again, if you're already on the team, you can be more involved because they'll trust you more. So when you're learning and changing, some questions for you to consider. Are you the kind of learner that has to be handheld? In other words, a lot of kids, a lot of athletes will go through practices and kind of do what the coach says, but they're not going out of their way to learn. They're doing the things that have been talked about, but they're not learning them. They're not getting better at them. They're not searching for ways to do them better, more efficiently, and more often. So are you having to be kind of handheld through the learning? Does the coach have to walk up to you and say, hey, Johnny, we're shooting free throws so we get better, not so we waste our time shooting free throws? Or does coach walk up to you and go, hey, Johnny, I can see you're concentrating and really working on this. Keep it up, my man. So consider who you might be in the eyes of the coach so that you know how they might view you. If it's not in a positive light, make sure you start working harder on learning. How about, are you self-aware? So while you're trying to learn, say, a tough new skill, if you were trying to change your golf swing or your swing of the bat in baseball or cricket, I guess. I've never played cricket, but I suppose it would count. It's probably going to feel pretty foreign to you. Are you going through the motions and swinging, or are you trying to involve the new swing? And here's the important part, is the distinction from the last one. Are you aware of when you get it right and wrong, or when you do it your old way and then this new way? If the coach has to point out every time, hey, that's the old way, we're trying to switch. Hey, that's the old way, we're trying to switch. Hey, that's the old way, let's try switching. That's going to lead the coach to exasperation. And again, not the kind of thing that you want on your record as an athlete. So make sure you're aware of what you're doing so that you can kind of do some of the coaching yourself. You can say, oh, you're right, coach, I know, I'm gonna change, here we go. And you can be more autonomous. You can be more autonomous in your learning. Great. Do you have to be reminded to change after the drill has been done and the skill has been taught? Are you transferring it into play? Or are you still kind of doing things the way you do them, even though you possess this new skill or new strategy, this new technique? So if you're having to be reminded all the time to use the new stuff, again, that does not sit well with coaches. They feel like they've wasted their time in trying to teach you something, and that won't work well in the long run. So remember things, use them, transfer them into your game. Do you blame coaches when you're trying to use a new strategy? Or do you say, I get it, I'm going to keep working on it, I got it? So let's look at this two ways. So let's say you're changing your swing in batting for baseball, and you strike out. Do you look over at the coach and go, like, hey, look, that's your fault. Everybody can tell, I just said with my eyes, it's your fault, I'd rather do my swing and succeed. Okay, there's a reason they're having you go after a new swing. They think it's going to work in the long run. Of course, in the short term, you're going to suffer a little bit in your ability to do things and get them right. You're learning something new. But when you were a baby and you went from crawling to walking, do you think you were a total stud at walking? Or do you think it took a while falling down, falling on those diapers, falling on your face before you could finally join the big kids club and walk around like the rest of the normal world of athletes? So if you're learning a new swing, it's going to take a while, and it's okay if you fail a bit. Don't blame your coach so that everybody knows it's not your fault. And the other side of that is when a coach is working with you on something new and you get it right and it leads to more success. Do you look for the accolades, or do you point to the coach and let him know, hey, that's all you, I appreciate that? So which kid are you? When you fail, are you blaming the coach? And when you succeed, are you giving them credit? Think about these things. Coaches are human and they want their respect too. Okay? If you go out of your way to make sure that they know, hey, you helped me with that, or hey, I know it's not quite right, I'll get there. Don't you worry, coach. I'm on board. I'm going to make this happen. Okay. So, and the last thing is, do you take the lessons that you've learned and kind of extrapolate them? So if you're learning a new defense, like say a zone defense, where you're not man-to-man, you have to more take up space and make sure that, as people are moving, you're close enough to shut down passing lanes in whatever sport you play. When you're learning that new defense, are you doing only the things the coach says? And you're looking out for only the things the coach says? Or are you trying to really kind of understand the new system so you can go, oh yeah, I get it. I was supposed to be here, but now I'm here. And I have to go back here because that's what the game demands. Obviously, the coach can't tell you, be here, be there, be here, be there. But they can tell you, here's kind of what we're trying to do. Here's what we're trying to shut down. Can you go out of your way to try to figure that out for me, big guy? Are you the athlete that's trying to figure it out on your own? Or are you the athlete that's kind of waiting for the coach to tell you what to do? That will take too long. You will stand on the bench and they'll try to instruct you from there until you get it. Okay? So let's make sure we're learning and changing on a regular basis. Be that kid that learns quickly. Be that kid that doesn't need to be handheld. Be the kid that doesn't need to be loomed over to get you to learn. Be the kid that gives credit when the things that the coach is working on with you work. Be that kid that they want on their team and in their starting lineup, helping them win championships. So, if you liked what you've heard today, as always, go and like us on Facebook, Ment to Achieve, M-E-N-T, the number 2 and the word achieve. And of course, subscribe to our YouTube channel. And until next time, keep thinking straight, stay focused, because you are meant to achieve.